Hey everybody, I'm Jason and welcome back to From Tree to Lumber. Well, I had a small maple tree that needed to be removed. It was just about dead and kind of turning my work area into a bit of a hazard. So instead of bringing it home to be milled, I decided to take the sawmill out to the log. It was a beautiful day on the great outdoors, so why not, right?
Alright, this is what I collected for the sawmill. I really didn't expect this to be spalted, but I guess it's got this big injury here, so I shouldn't be surprised. Let's just take a look and see what we got here. I cut a 6-foot chunk off the bottom just because I want to chase some of that spalting, although it's still going strong up here. Then I cut a 9-foot piece, which is my ideal length for storage. Heavily spalted on this end, but it definitely lets off. But it definitely lets off by the time you get down here. But still, that's a beautiful straight piece of maple, so there's got to be something in there. If I can get some nice like 1x4s, 1x6s out of that, I'd be happy. Okay. Then I cut this piece here, which is, I don't know, about maybe 8 feet long. I didn't cut it to length as much as I cut it just before this crotch, because the sawmill can now handle wider things, right? So I can start to explore some of these pieces of figure. So I'm going to take that and put it in just like that. It's about, I don't know, 6 or 7 feet long. It'll be perfect. And then these here are next year's firewood. So I'll just set them aside. As you can see, the tree was not very healthy. Lots of dead branches coming on. It was pretty much dead, you know, from sort of 20 feet up, 30 feet up. So it had to come out. Plus, it was right in my turning radius there, which is a big deal. This sawmill takes up a little bit of space to turn around. So anyway, I'll cut this up at some later date, you know, when I can't come out here to use the sawmill, and that'll be next year's firewood. I'm definitely no lumberjack, but it fell, and it fell in the right direction. I think what I'm going to do with this stump, because of the spalting, is I want to cut this off low. It's just the chainsaw with my long bar is just waiting on a new fuel line, so I should have that going next week. But I think that's going to be my first attempt at making cookies, that piece. See if I can't cut something cool out of it. As always, premium gas, a little bit of sea foam. You know, I'm really taken at the height of this machine. Everything you have to do to it is at least 5 feet, sometimes quite a bit more, above the ground. And that's a little bit different. I'm gonna have to devise some kind of a stool or something that I can carry around here, because some of this stuff's just at a very uncomfortable angle. Now I've got a bad shoulder and all that kind of thing, so something I gotta think about.
You may have noticed a few additions to the sawmill. If you look closely, you'll see that there is now an extra bunk plus another set of mounts that will allow me to move the log dog assembly as I need it to. I'll post a video shortly on why these are important, plus there's still some stuff I haven't installed yet, so stay tuned.
My plan for this log's pretty simple. I'm just gonna cant it. It won't be a square cant because I think it'll be a bit wider this way. And then what I'm gonna do is I'll take 2 of the longer boards, okay, like that, and then I'll flip it and I'll just take a couple of 1 inches off, and I might just leave that square piece. I'll dry it and see if I can't get a decent turning chunk out of that. I don't really know. We'll see.
This sawmill has been here for about a month now, and I'm really starting to get a nice feel for how the saw head should work and getting familiar with the sounds, and honestly, I just feel like I'm just more confident with the machine. These smaller logs are perfect to learn on because really, the more I cut, the more I learn, the better I'll get. It's that simple.
Okay, there's my cant. Should be, yep, 6 by 6. It's a touch over for the curve, right? So I'm going to select the 2 nicest faces and take off 2 1x6s, and then I will just get maybe 1 or 2 1x4s and be left with that little bit less than 4x4 in there. Faces are really all about the same, nice and white. There's a couple of knots no matter what I do, so I just like this face and the bottom face, and that's going to have to be it. Nice little 4x4 post. Now this is a smaller tree, but it's starting to spalt, so I don't really know how good it is on the inside. This is something I'm not all that familiar with, but I also know that taking any more off of this is just probably going to give me crappy lumber. So I'm going to just get a 4x4, which can either be dunnage, or if it dries out nice, maybe it's useful. I don't know. So this little piece is 4 feet long. It looks like it's really nicely spalted along the edges and that one side. And if we look at the other side, it's the same thing. So I really want to try to take advantage of that, get as much as I can. And there's also this big wound. I think I'm going to just avoid it for now. Can't imagine that there's any point in cutting into it. I think I'm just going to put this wound facing down. You know, it goes in a good 3 or 4 inches, if probably not more. So I'm not sure how to work around it, but I get a nice flat lie if I put it on the bottom. So we'll start on this surface here. everything I've been cutting so far has been 4¼ which probably the most useful wood. But this piece here, this heavily spalted chunk, is a very, very interesting piece. Number one, look at that right there. That's where I tapped it last year. I tried to tap this tree, but I didn't get anything out of it, and I see why now. Look at that. Is that not cool or what? So I'll leave this 2 inches thick, dry it, and I don't have a use for it, but maybe somebody will. I can sell it, or I'll find a use for it. Whatever. That's an amazing piece of wood. Okay, last bit of that tree is this crotch. So it's a very odd shape. It kind of protrudes here and there. There's branches on it and whatnot. What I'm going to do is I'm going to first take off this little knob here, and that will hopefully allow it to sit better on the bunks when I flip it over. And then I'm going to take off this other side because I think it's probably more interesting.
This is kind of cool. My carriage must be settling a little bit as I'm cutting because the cutting head kind of wants to slide down the track a little bit.
Maybe, you never know. I don't like this big bark inclusion. I don't know if it'll stay in there, if it'll fall out. But we'll try it. So these crotches are always kind of an uncertain thing, right? You never know how it's going to turn out inside. This has got a big bark inclusion that goes all the way down here. I don't know enough about this, but it seems kind of soft. I sort of wonder if that's not going to fall out when it dries. I just don't know. You know, neat color and everything here. But I'm going to say this is probably not a great candidate for anything useful. Still, I'm going to dry it, and it doesn't take up that much space. And maybe somebody will want it, or maybe I'll just hate it forever and turn it into firewood. I don't know. But I don't have a good feeling about that. Still, it's good practice, and most of these crotches are learning experiences for me. I just don't know what to expect, and I'm trying to learn to predict when I look at a crotch just to see, you know, if it's going to be useful to me or not. So really, that's not a bad haul for a, you know, small tree that is on the end of its days. There's some nice lumber, nice clean white lumber in the bottom, and definitely some, let's call it experimental spalted lumber at the top. I guess we'll find out when it's dried up how it turned out, eh? And of course, a bunch of firewood back there, but that'll be for next year because this is a green tree. Okay, well, that's it for today. I have to get this mill out of here. It's supposed to be well above freezing for the next few days, and my path has a bit of a river in it, which will thaw out eventually, and I won't be able to get back here for probably a month or two. So, got to get everything out. Thank you very much for watching, and I'll catch you next time.